Hello and welcome to another edition of Coffee Break. I'm your host, Vanelli. Now, in this coffee break, our topic is how to use the lens perspective or distortion feature or to correct it. So what happens when you have a really cool image, but there's lens distortion? So sometimes like a barrel distortion with a 35 millimeter lens or even lower, let's say like a 14 to 17, it looks really cool and it adds an artistic flair. But what happens when the distortion is distracting? So I'll show you how to use some of the tools to fix that. Now, hello everyone. Oh, good. I like hearing a lot of these. A couple things before we begin. Let's take a quick moment to thank our partner Fujifilm for helping with our coffee breaks. And let's not forget, we have 2 ebooks that they're still promoting. And the first one is on 6-speed lights, techniques to create better photos. Sorry. And there we go. Picture Perfect Portraits. Picture Perfect Portraits. Follow the bit.ly link and register so you can get your copies of those. All right. So there we go. Do a few quick hellos. Awesome. And now it's good. You know, I'm glad to see a lot of people are having fun loading old photos and they start to restore them or enhance them during this time, you know, being shut in. So it's a great use of your time. Hello from our friends in Canada. And of course, my buddy Dave from Belize. All right, guys, well, let's jump right in. Now, here we are with the waterfall image I took in Stehekin Falls. Now, I'm going to already apply a look to this, a black and white look. There, so I got my look going. Let me just double check a couple things. Yep, I did. So I took a look I saw that Rich Harrington did, and I copied his, but then for the waterfalls, I added a glow effect and then brought the brightness level down. So here it is before and after. So I wanted to have more of a softer glow. And then I did use the AI structure in a positive value just to get all the detail into the trees. So I really like where this is heading. Let me brighten it up just a little bit. Good, right there. All right, great. So now we have it. Now we're going to come to the canvas tools. Now I'm going to show you 2 options. All right. On both options, I'm going to select auto distort for correction. Now, if I go to a positive value, now watch this. Look close right in here. If I go to a positive value, look how it's like pushing the waterfall back and it's bringing the sides more forward, all right? Now, if I scale it way down so you can see what it looks like. So if I scale it like this, whatever you see that's in gray, that gray is the canvas. You can't use the erase tool. You can't get rid of it. That's the canvas. So we have to fill the canvas. I chose to do this just to show you that the positive distortion, lens distortion, is actually like sucking it in and pushing the sides out. All right? So what we want to do now is we look at this, and I'm going to take the scale. I'm going to bring the scale back up a little bit. There we go. All right, so I still have to fill the gray. And I got it right about here. All right. So with a positive value, I pushed it out. This was a real quick fix. Before and after. All right, and actually I'll do it this way. Oh, I can't shut it off here, so I'll do the before and after up here. So before and after. All right, now let's do a negative value for the lens distortion. Notice it's looking like a barrel shape. All right, and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit tighter so you can see it. So that barrel shape, look what it's doing. It's kind of cool. It's like it's wrapping around the waterfall and pushing the waterfall out. So I kind of like that also. But the difference is I'm going to have to do a few extra steps. Here's vertical. So I'm going to change the vertical distortion slightly. Right about here. Good, so I like that. Now, we can take the scale, and we can make the scale a little bit bigger. So I'm filling the top. This bottom area I still need to fill in. So we'll take the offset, X and Y. So here's Y. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. So each time I scale it, I want to make sure, because it's scaling it in all directions, I want to make sure that I'm bringing that down. There we go. So we're not clipping off the top. There. So far, but look at the bottom here. All right. So I don't have to go to 100% with the distortion here. So if I bring it back out a little bit, that'll help fill it in. Then I can do that scale again and just tweak it. There we go. And then decide, here's the X and Y offset. I'm bringing it right about here. And let's move it up just a little bit. All right, so if I do this, what I don't like is that it's like the waterfall just, boom, pops out of the front. So what I may do instead is continue with that little distortion and bring this down a little bit. There we go. Now at this point, I have an option. So far I can take it down. Well, I have a little more to go, so I'm good. Right about there. Oh, good. All right. That's it. All right, so I have a choice now. I can either crop to get rid of this gray, or if we increase the scaling, there we go, I can position it. Good. That's looking better. It was the vertical that threw it off just a little bit. Good. And yes, hello to our good friends in Germany. Good. Can we crop it to make it fit? Yes. I was just trying to avoid that. And there we go. So in a case like this, I like right where it's at. This little section right here is off. So let's see if we move it over a little bit, what that'll do. Oh, there it is. All right. Got it. So that was two ways of doing it. So the first way, here's before, here's after. And let's come back to here. The first way was a simple no-brainer, and we pushed it out instead of barreling it in. And I actually like that better. I just like the way this looks. I can even rotate it just a little bit here. So we had that route we could go, or we can make it look, like we said, like a barrel shape. And like you said, yes, we could take it like this. And let's do another rotation right about here. All right, so let's say we did this. And now, because we were talking about cropping, let's come in with the crop and make sure the crop is proportional. There it is. Click done. And here it is again. So, I mean, there's so many different ways that we could adjust this. What I wanted to show you was mainly the lens and geometry tool on how if you get an image with barrel distortion and you want to correct it, we have the tool in it that you just slightly adjust and you fix. Sometimes, if I'm working with a sports portrait and I'm shooting up onto the person, that gives a person a position of authority. Sometimes I'll do the barrel distortion on purpose just to make them look even fuller or even more solid. So those are just little tips and tricks, and I hope that'll help you guys. All right? Now, I have a special surprise. Yes, I know I keep saying, in fact, I forgot who it was. He called this a very expensive paperweight because I didn't have a chance to use it yet. And Fuji, this weekend I will. Last weekend I got extremely ill to where I had to take the whole weekend and just recuperate. We're going into a holiday weekend, but on Monday I'll still have a coffee break. I have a real special surprise in what I want to show you that I'm going to photograph. So I'm going to photograph something adorable, all right? And then I'll show you guys that on Monday. So have a great weekend and have a great holiday weekend. And please click the thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. It helps us with our ratings, of course, and it gives me an idea on what type of information you'd like to learn. All right? Well, I'm Benelli. Thanks so much for watching.